good to know. Oh, is this your deck?
This is very awkward to do.
Roller to it.
I don't know that my mic is. I gotta adjust this. Might as well pour out more wine.
Oh yeah, that's right. I was gonna try to do the custom configuration on this. See if I got better performance. Possible to transfer Yuzu save to Switch and play online. This person's like, I doubt it. Did you create the exact same user profile name on Yuzu on your Switch? Oh, you know what? Need to update this.
Yeah, I'm almost ready. I had to pull out enough HDMI cable to plug it into this thing. Where's the HDMI port?
You got to plug it into a dock, man.
I'm using my Anchor.
Oh. I wonder what happens when you like I have one of those like cable docks for my Switch. I wonder what happens when you plug that, like the Steam Deck, into that.
Screen showed up for a second and now it's just blank.
Yeah, I got nothing.
I don't know what it's supposed to be here. Yeah, it's just blank. What? Huh?
Yeah, as far as I know, there's no like enable or anything. It just turns on. Like
Is it
you
supposed
plug
to
it in.
mirror it?
Yeah.
It's just blank.
Let's update those. Oh yeah, that's right. I was running PlayStation 3 games on this thing too. Wait until this is stalling. Dump your save data from your Switch using Checkpoint. Right-click on the game in Yuzu and select Open Save Data Location. Copy the save from your dump to the folder.
I'm just non-stop
Are we just
sneezing now.
because of the wine?
Yeah, I guess I'm allergic to grapes.
Could be.
But then I'd be allergic to wheat too. Why isn't this?
Do you know? Can't I open? Why isn't this giving me a fucking?
I have to go to desktop mode for it to work.
I mean, you could try it. I don't. I was under the impression that you could do it under GameScope.
Okay, now it's giving me options. Unify outputs, yes. This is not what I expected. A. B. It's in the incorrect resolution.
Oh, that's right. I didn't move that over yet. Why am I not getting the dialogue prompt to? Okay, that's a dialogue prompt. It's just being all sketchy. No, I don't. Oh my.
Hey, have you noticed something different this summer so far?
It's hot.
Goat
No, I
yoga's in
haven't.
vogue.
What do we not have flying around our house this year?
Bats.
Witches.
Is it bats?
I don't know.
Fireflies?
Flies? Last year we had a ton of flies. This year we have no flies.
There were flies.
Well, do you got
The
more
only flies we've had
spiders?
in our house. No, I populated our land with black soldier flies.
Wait, so to get rid of the flies, you got bigger flies?
Black soldier flies only live for 9 days and they don't have a mouth.
Okay, but I don't see what this has to do with the lack of flies.
Houseflies like swarm around you and bite and are annoying. Black soldier flies just look for smelly things to lay their eggs in.
Like toenails.
I mean, that's the thing.
I mean, if your toenails are rotten, yeah.
I can't make this capture. I don't know why.
Probably an out of spec. Probably an out of spec resolution. So it should just pick up as like 1080p, like 1080p 60. All fucky on all my computers. Shut down. Again. Downloads. Breath of the Wild update. Extract. Files. Oh, that's cool. Now my Steam Deck doesn't want to turn back on. Not sure what it's doing. Up there it goes.
It's because this Elgato capture does not want to recognize 1200 by 800. Is there a third-party tool that I could recognize this with?
Don't you have one of those cheap capture cards?
I mean, I do. You know,
that thing will take a fucking.
Two people who told me never to do the cheap capture cards.
No. If we said something about cheap capture card and you took a message away from it that wasn't immediately purchase an $8 capture card, then you missed the message.
Oh, maybe I'm crazy then.
So probably whenever we had that discussion, the glut of cheap capture cards hadn't like gotten up to snuff yet.
This was in early COVID.
Yeah, so literally right after early COVID, like slightly later COVID, you could get a fucking capture card for like $8, and people were buying them to use, like actual cameras as their webcams, because you also could not buy a webcam at that time.
Oh yeah.
Oh, see, this works. Yeah. It's a little weird. Seeing as there's nothing on my Steam Deck screen and it's a little glitchy. Right, what's
Yeah,
the
why is it
question?
doing that?
I don't know. Because it's probably
Did you force a resolution?
have to assume that's an OpenGL thing. It's weird that's going on. I don't know what that's about.
I mean, that could be a fucking Elgato thing.
No, this isn't Elgato. This is the cheap one.
Oh, it's a cheap one? Oh, no,
Yeah.
that's just a cheap one, like, freaking out, because it doesn't... It's, like... weird. It'll stabilize.
Yeah, it seems to have.
Oh, no, it's still flickered.
The deck's screen is actually blank now.
I mean, I could see it.
It's still outputting video, but
Yeah, so it turns off the screen. I think, like, initially that was not a thing. Like, it would just be on.
I mean, it's still on. Like, it's still outputting light, but it's just blank.
Let's see. Breath of the Wild patch.
So why did you need this handy?
The hardware experience thing? Like, is it in a menu somewhere, or is it just, like, on your profile? Because I can't find it.
No, it's random. That's the whole point of the Steam hardware survey.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a higher chance of it occurring on, like, a fresh computer, but...
Oh. You know
It's
what?
fine.
So I'd probably have to reinstall on here then.
I don't even know if that would trigger it.
So I know what you're talking about now. So as soon as this is done, I'll flip back over to game mode and I'll show you where there was a notification. Actually, just click on V-Rising. So there used to be a thing under the cloud status, and it would say, "Do you want to tell us about your experience or whatever with
You know,
your
that's-
Steam Deck?"
No, that's about the game. Is this game compatible with Steam Deck based on your experience?
That's not how it was phrased for me, though. I know what you're talking about. It wasn't phrased like that when
Man, you're gonna snitch on yourself to Valve.
Valve don't care, dude. Valve don't give a shit.
I don't know. They are being super like repair friendly, which kind of makes me hate the world a little less.
So this is the best thing about all of these people putting all of this effort into getting this software to run on basically anything, right? So that's Microsoft's whole thing. Like, oh, well, you gotta have fucking Windows to fucking do anything, right?
This was my rant a week before you did this, and you were like, no, SteamOS will be terrible. And I'm like, no, SteamOS is going to be the best thing to ever happen to gaming. And you're like, no, SteamOS will be terrible.
I mean, that was before I got a chance to get hands-on with it and be like, oh, wow, this actually fucking works.
Oh my God, I can't believe it's running Nintendo this well. Did you get it to do over 15 frames?
Fantasy's being weird right now.
So he has so there is an actual hardware problem, compatibility problem with running Breath of the Wild specifically on a Steam Deck.
Okay, well, at least it's just a Breath of the Wild problem.
Do you want to see my other?
I mean, how's it run on a not a Steam Deck, not a Switch?
It runs. So I just installed the 1.6 update, which has some code optimization. It runs about as well as it does on the Switch. There are some frame hitches, but I chalk that up to I'm streaming the data from a server.
Final Fantasy's being real weird right now.
Oh, with the menu?
Yeah, you see this? Whatever. I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm over it. Yeah, exit it. So you want to see how well this actual Steam Deck does with Nintendo games?
Yeah.
Oh no, I got that text chat and voice. You have to actually open up a stream. Alright, so here, let's see, Breath of the Wild.
Oh, it's chugging. Why is it chugging?
Here we go. The locked in 18 FPS. 15 FPS.
It's pretty crazy.
That's weird. Why does it do that? As soon as I come down here, no, it's like 30 FPS. Oh, 15. Oh, we're back. Yep, we're back to locked into 15. But if you look at something like Animal Crossing,
Oh, that dude took me out one hit. What the hell? Yeah, the only game that we both have installed is Breath of the Wild.
yeah.
I mean, if it's gonna be one game, though.
I mean, Animal Crossing does well.
Yeah, it's really weird to me that Breath of the Wild is the only game that has issues.
You know what's strange still?
So
Even in Animal Crossing, I'm using generally about 33% of the GPU.
Mhm.
And it's still struggling with FPS.
Interesting.
It's because the code is trying to lock it in at 30. And it's having problems doing that. So it's going through, oh, fuck a scorpion. Fucking get you. Oh, fuck, he got me. My island is infested with scorpions. There's so
Is
many
that a piracy?
scorpions.
Is that a piracy thing?
And I don't know.
Might could be.
I own the game.
That could be.
Did that bundle of wood like fall in the fucking water?
Yeah, anyway, I think Yuzu has a problem with games trying to target a specific FPS that they can't hit. They could hit on this hardware. It just there's something wrong. Right?
Yeah. I mean, that's what it seems like. Yeah, I'm still getting hitches like in Breath of the Wild, so.
It's at the campsite. It's not,
Wait, hold up. I ran too far from the fucking wood.
It's not a Spitz, I don't care. Can I make her leave? We've been here for days. I don't want her to live.
Oh no, I can't run.
I don't know. Is this a boy horse? How are you supposed to tell? That money hole at.
Should talk to the spoopy ghost.
I've never talked to the spoopy ghost. It's too spoopy for me. It's too spoopy. Oh, there's money hole. Son of a bitch.
I went the wrong way. There was a much easier way to do that.
Good old classic Penn Island. What resolution is this? Because it's playing at like a perfect. I see.
Yeah, so if you go into the
Configure
performance
video.
thing. Oh, does it tell you? No, it doesn't look like it.
Cheap.
It says, I mean, it's at AP30 on my end. Might not really be indicative of anything, though.
It's like doing 720. It looks like. Not the usual 1280 by 800. Huh. It's weird. Yeah, it's totally Trying to display it like a regular 16:9 resolution.
Hmm.
Which is unusual because it's normally trying to do 16:10. God, the plague rat.
The rat is chasing me.
Plague rat is after me. Yeah, I want that dirty redneck tank top and a garbage pail. This is the perfect kind of town I want to make. Garbage dump.
Game definitely chugs a little bit when you get out.
Surfboard. I have a world map.
That's good to know they haven't patched that exploit. Infinite run while I'm whistling.
Okay, so the horse is a boy with long hair. Okay. I didn't want this horse to move in, though. God. Popcorn is packed with fiber.
Are you kidding me? It's a fucking game sometimes, man. All right, let me over and see if I could find a torrent of Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Did you run that on your Switch or your Steam Deck yet?
Oh man. You think Rat Mouse still has something? Look, a money tree. I think this was George Washington Island, judging by all the cherry trees.
You eat burgers with or without the peel?
Which peel?
No, rather.
What? Which peel? I mean, I usually peel off the plastic. Paper.
It digests. You can eat it with the peel. Better with the peel.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying. You know, so this adapter works, but it's upsetting.
It's
You wanna have the-
upsetting.
You want to know the best part about this being a rip-off Steam Deck? You don't have a
What's that?
proprietary operating system forcing you to pay $15 a month to back up your save data.
What operating system is that?
The Switch.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I mean that's fair.
I thought you were going to say the Mac or something real quick.
No.
I did his stream because he had to poop. You've been prairie dogging one too long. And he shit
that's-
his pants.
That's how you know Nintendo's winning the console war. Because for like $5 a month, Microsoft will let you play every game ever made. For $15 a month, Nintendo will let you have basic features of their console.
Not only that, they make money on every console they sell, rather than lose money.
Yeah, because it's
20-year-old hardware.
yep.
It's
The old-
50 year,
The old
it's
Game Boy
50-year-old
model.
Yeah, 50-year-old
Old
hardware. Nintendo out here trying to sell the Motorola game chips from 1980.
They came out with like what, 5 different versions of the Game Boy Advanced at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then when
they
it finally got the
found
sequel, the DS, they were like, and it's still got a Game Boy Advanced inside.
I mean, if you think about it, Nintendo's been abusing ARM processors for the last 20-something years.
Dude, I mean, honestly, they're a trendsetter. I feel like other people are about to catch on. Like Mac is riding the wave right now.
I mean, that was Apple's goal, I think, for a really, really long time. And I think if Nintendo didn't have anything to fall back on, like if they would have had an absolute misstep and there would have been no way for them to redeem themselves at all and like have reasonable hardware, I think Apple would have legitimately entered into the like the gaming industry.
You mean like if Nintendo had put out 2 Wii U's in a row?
Yes, and a Virtual Boy. Like if they would have put out a Virtual Boy and 2 Wii U's in a row, and they had to pull a Sega and stop making hardware, I think Apple would have legitimately been like, okay, there is
our
no
time.
legitimate competition. There is no longer any competition. Like we're gonna roll with this. Because Apple hardware is fucking powerful. Like I'm pretty sure my phone more powerful than a Switch.
yeah. Can you benchmark it? Is there a program you can benchmark?
There might be. Why is there just a bike randomly in the woods?
Okay, so what's a
I need an
Virtual
inventory
Boy?
Space. Oh my god.
It's a Virtual Boy.
It was like, you know how the like HTC Vive came out? Go back 20 years before that and imagine the virtual reality. You just have laser beams beamed right into your retinas.
Okay,
Yeah.
so y'all are talking trash, but the Virtual Boy has 4.5 stars on Google.
Yeah, because those people can't see what they're rating anymore.
True. It melted their retinas with lasers.
Oh, what the fuck is this? It looks like a grill.
Yeah. Oh man, this is where I need to open up. Dolphin supports 3DS emulation, right?
No, but you should have. Oh, you did everything manually, right? Like you didn't use MU deck to set your stuff up.
Oh, it's a head mount.
Oh, that is. It's not a head mount. You put your head in it.
Yeah,
on
it's
like
not
a table.
mounted. Yeah.
Wikipedia calls it a head mount.
It is.
Like, if
That
your
is a
head was
lie.
also mounted to a table, yeah, it would be head mount.
How did Nintendo release an eyeball console in the mid 90s and I didn't know about this? Did this even reach American markets?
It absolutely did. Yeah, so that was their console that was in between the Nintendo 64 and the Super Nintendo.
Yeah, you missed Tomodachi Life, where they worshipped the Virtual Boy.
So Wikipedia says they pushed an unfinished version of the console which is definitely what this picture looks like, to market so that they could keep working on the N64. They made the right call.
I mean, I don't know that it was unfinished per se.
Also, what the okay, so like, what the fuck is this controller? Why does it have a fight pad?
I mean, it's a thing, man.
Because you didn't need your eyeballs anymore. They were already burned out.
Oh. Well, before N64, everything was a fight pad, right? So, like, this actually makes sense. Okay, I take back my fight pad criticism.
I mean, it makes sense in a certain context. Because you have two of them, because you need to navigate in 3D.
Oh, dude, this 20 megahertz CPU. Oh my god. Did it actually cause that much retina damage?
No,
Would give you
because
headaches,
I don't
so-
think enough of them were sold to be able to do that.
Dude, this thing got 50 hertz. Oh, it didn't even
yeah,
have
it was-
color.
No, it was you
It's
had
all red.
4 shades of red. And it wasn't. Here's the thing. It wasn't an LCD screen. The way that it displayed the graphics was that it was literally shooting a red laser at mirrors. And it was painting the screen vertical line by vertical line. Or column by column, I should say.
Love how the developer wasn't even Nintendo. It was Nintendo R&D Lab 1. Like, I guarantee none of the other consoles are listed this way.
Yeah, they are.
Okay. Oh, you're right. I take it back. It's just hard to believe that the same company who made the Game Boy and the N64 made that.
You want to know what's even crazier? The same man that developed and envisioned the Game Boy is the guy that developed the Virtual Boy.
What?
Yeah,
Which one came first?
the Game Boy.
Okay, because I can totally see like somebody inventing the Game Boy and then thinking they see the future, right? They're immediately like, "Oh my god, my IQ."
Yeah, they
must
saw the
be
future.
enormous."
The Game
I
Boy
should
screen
get-
was green,
We're
and the
gonna make
Virtual
it
Boy
red.
screen was red. That
I
was the future.
guarantee
for
that
them.
man went out and bought a tighter hat so that his brain wouldn't fall out of his ears.
You know what? So you know what's crazy? If you read about that guy, so he developed the Virtual Boy. Nintendo released it. It was a failure. He left Nintendo, like out of shame. He left Nintendo.
Oh, dude, he's Japanese. He's got Harry Carey.
Yeah. So he leaves Nintendo. He opens a consulting firm, and he's hired by Bandai, the toy company, and he has another portable system that he has in development, and he sells the idea to Bandai, and they start developing it, and it's supposed to be a competitor to the Game Boy. Before the thing even gets to market, this guy dies in like a freak car accident. And he never gets to see this this new creation of his come to market.
Which console was
But-
it?
I'm gonna post a picture of it, and you're gonna be like, "This guy is off his rocker."
Let's see this. Oh yeah, that's wax paper. You can eat the peel. I prefer not to.
This was the latest iteration of it, the Wonder Swan Color Crystal.
The
But-
Wonder Swan.
Yeah, he developed the Wonder Swan.
Okay, we need to talk about these pads, right?
Buttons?
Well, like specifically the buttons operated with the left hand. Why are there two of them?
All right, so you know how there are some old arcade games?
Oh
that
my
actually
god, did you turn it sideways?
You could, absolutely.
I'm really upset.
You want to know something else crazy about this thing? It didn't have a fucking headphone jack. So it's a portable system. It's like you're meant to take it places, right? It didn't have a fucking headphone jack.
I don't think
So-
the Game Boy had a headphone jack.
The Game Boy absolutely had a headphone jack
Yep,
and
it's-
came with the first. It came with the first uncomfortable earbuds that I ever put in my fucking ear canals.
Yep. And you had all those aftermarket ones that were no better.
Yeah, they were all somehow worse.
I don't remember ever using earbuds with my Game Boy.
You probably used headphones. Real headphones.
What in the
Yeah, the
world?
original Game Boy came with Nintendo branded earbuds. That I think I still have them. I actually have like a complete Game Boy. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm about to defend this guy. I say with so little confidence. So, like, he was ahead of his time, right?
He was a visionary.
Yeah,
sure.
like screens that rotated weren't standard for like
Never.
20 years after this man's death. Like this is
Yeah.
iPhone level, like see the future in the mid-90s. And he's
Yeah.
like, what if it works in hamburger and hot dog?
Yeah. No, absolutely. There's no doubt that this man was a visionary. But sometimes that stuff has to be tempered, right? Like,
Why are the A and B buttons in the very, very bottom of... How are you even holding this? Is your left hand like all the way on this motherfucker and your right is just like gingerly pinching the corner?
yeah, essentially. Well, no. So I think, well, I've never actually used one, so I don't know that the bottom buttons, the X buttons down there, I don't know that was actually the D-pad. It could have been the Y buttons.
I saw the
Don't know.
Wonder Swan the other day when I was looking up GPD win bullshit.
I'm trying to find a picture of somebody holding this thing.
No, you have to find somebody playing it. Because I see plenty of people holding it in their hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
But I haven't seen anybody operating one. Yeah, so here's another image in the vertical orientation. Just to, yeah. But you know what's kind of weird about this, right? So when you're playing it in horizontal configuration, right? You only have 2 action buttons. But when you have it in the vertical orientation, you have access to 4 action buttons.
Yeah.
Which
Okay,
I
so-
don't know why this thing just didn't have like 3 D-pads on it, or 4 of them for that matter. Honestly, it's
Well,
small. You see how
Yeah.
small that thing? It's like the size of a pager. It's the tiniest thing. Well, it's probably a little bit larger than pager. It's probably like the size of a 2-way or something.
It got a little bigger with the Wonder Swan color.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm using hands for scale, which is not a good metric. Since
Are
they're
they
not
Japanese
the same
hands?
set of hands. I don't know whose hands they are. They could be anybody's hands.
D'Angelo's
Andre the
tiny
Giant.
Hands.
But
I don't know.
Peter Dinklage.
The Wonder Swan
hands.
color has a much better screen than the Game Boy Color.
yeah, no, absolutely. Everything
Just
about
putting it
it.
out
Well,
there.
so here's the problem though. This wasn't. So this was initially built to compete with the Game Boy Color, which was entering its like last phases as Nintendo was getting ready to release the Game Boy Advance. So like,
Yeah.
yeah, you. And so I guess maybe this thing was almost as powerful or roughly as powerful as a Game Boy Advance. Maybe, I don't know, but I wouldn't want to hold that uncomfortable piece of shit.
Yeah. Well, Nintendo nails a lot of things, right? But they're not like, hey, this is a high quality machine we're handing you here, right? They're like, no, we got Crysis to run on this fucking toaster.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's super weird, right? I think Nintendo will come up with an idea for a game, like whatever their next platform is going to be, right? They'll come up with an idea for a game that's going to be like the premier title for that platform. They will design everything for the console around that game.
Yep.
And then they're just like, all right, idiots, figure it out.
Man, this is a really good
We designed.
podcast
We only designed this to play Mario 64 and maybe a Zelda game. You're on the hook to figure out everything else. The controller that looks like a monster claw, I'd figure it out.
I mean, they are the kings of gaming, though. I mean, they're doing it right. It's the fucked up thing. Like,
really
whatever
good.
Nintendo's doing by virtue of, like, it being Nintendo, it's the correct strategy.
So the big thing with Nintendo is they managed to establish these franchises that people love, right? Because it's
Yeah.
just it's like Disney, right? Like
Oh, yeah, dude. Mario's not going away. Mario will be a part of human culture when we're on Mars.
I mean potentially
He'll
only
be
if
called
Nintendo lasts.
Marzio.
Well, see, this is the thing. It will only be relevant as long as Nintendo is relevant. If Nintendo somehow manages to fuck up like 2 times in a row, I think they're done. They're done for, right? It's done. They will just
Yeah, but-
implode the entire. They will implode the entire company, and they will like dissolve all of the IP. Like it just won't. It'll belong to some old Japanese hermit. Like it will never be licensed out. There will never be any more Pokemon. No more Zelda, no more Mario, no Donkey Kong.
No.
All of that IP, yeah, oh, absolutely.
Game
You don't
Freak
think
is
they'll
its own
Stanley the
company.
fuck out of it and sell it to Disney?
No, they wouldn't. Yeah, Game Freak is its own company, but they don't own Pokemon. The Pokemon Company owns Pokemon.
Fuck, gotcha.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is
Is
really
that
good.
why there's all those terrible Pokemon spin-offs?
What about it?
So is that why there's all those terrible Pokemon spin-offs that weren't made by Game Freak?
Yeah, like Pokemoba. Pokegotcha MOBA.
I was thinking of the PC game.
PC
What PC game?
Yeah, it's called like Pokemon Master Arena.
The MOBA?
No.
This game came
Sure
on
you're
my disc.
I feel like you got
Cereal box?
Chex Quest? All right, Xenoblade Chronicles. Extract files to the Switch folder.
Oh man, this has been a really good podcast episode.
Yeah, again, I'm real sad that I'm not.
I mean, I am.
Are you?
Yeah, I've been streaming the whole time.
Oh,
Since you asked about the Steam Deck.
you're live?
Yeah,
Oh, that's good.
yeah, why not?
I don't know. I was just. I wanted to see what the
Yeah.
quality of this looks like now.
It's Steam Deck is outputting at 1080p, but it's rendering at 720. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, so that cheap capture card, that's 100% what it does. It'll take a 1080p input, and I think it can do 1080p 30, or 720 60.
The updated fan control resets every time I reboot.
Interesting. Oh, yeah, hold on. It's my... Oh, I'm on the other. It's my Steam Deck window. I want to compare, like, versions.
Okay, of what?
Just go to System. All right, stable. Under about, let's see. All right, so obviously my kernel version is going to be slightly different, but very close. We are on the same Steam version. Okay.
Found it. It's called Masters Arena.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, all right, that's cool. I mean, I was just curious to see how much this was matching all that stuff. I also don't have any fan control stuff, and I don't know if it's because
Fan.
yeah. I mean, there's fans, but you know, it's not quite the same.
Okay.
So what I will say about Hollow ISO is it's pretty interesting how well adapted it is to like this it's very interesting to me that Steam's implementation of this front end is as flexible as it is at this state with it running on other hardware. The stream doesn't look bad though. Are you? What is it? 7? You doing? Okay, 720 60.
Wait, what? Is it really?
Yeah, it's 720 60.
And pushed a button and it like destroyed all my settings. I was upset.
Is this from an actual Steam Deck?
Yeah, this is an actual Steam Deck.
Hey, look, Ron got an achievement.
Yeah. Why can't I?
Did you try running? Did you try running Xenoblade yet?
Yeah, I think so. I think we tried that already once.
So Ron's transitioning, and someone asked him what pronouns he wanted to use, and his response was, "I don't give a fuck. I'm Finnish."
Yeah, this stays locked in at 30.
All right. Patched or base?
I think it might be patched actually because I downloaded it from my Switch.
From your Switch?
Yeah.
What game is this?
Xenoblade 2 Electric Boogaloo.
So apparently the guy who came up with the Game Boy also came up with Metroid and Kid Icarus.
Yeah, he did.
Can you imagine what the world would be like if he didn't get taken out by a car?
I mean, maybe.
He would have. I mean, you can't, right? Because you would need his amazing mind to imagine it. But he would have brought us so many wonderful things.
Potentially?
What,
I mean, he would have brought
you-
us things.
Do you think he would
Oh,
just
okay,
spend
I
the
can
rest
skip
of
this.
his life pulling a Mad Cat?
I mean, he could have.
You know, I bet they actually have a picture of him on the wall at the Mad Cat's head office. Like, this is the dream. This is who we're trying to be.
I really think it's getting a little weird. It didn't look weird like this.
It didn't look
You
like
can
this when Docs did it.
You can skip the cutscene.
Oh.
Press start.
Paused.
and then hit A.
Oh.
Encrustito.
Okay, time to take you down. Ha! Yeah!
Yeah.
Anchor shot.
It looks like there's some vertical shearing.
Yeah,
Now
that's,
take that, King
that's-
Crust tip.
that's coming from the fucking cheap input device.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Ha! See, Gramps? I'm getting better.
yeah, it's happening on mine too. Skip. Take that, King Crust tip.
An entire horizon of white. A
Narwhal.
sea of clouds.
Yeah, on the actual
and at its
Steam
heart,
Deck,
the
this looks a
world
lot
tree,
better.
Piercing the heavens. This
Wait, are you on the Steam Deck? What are you on?
home.
Yeah, it's actual Steam Deck.
Story
Yeah,
goes
so
that
he's
the
playing.
world was
He's playing on the
everyone
Steam
in
Deck,
Orleans lived on the tree.
but he has it connected to an
Everyone
external
had a
display.
father,
Oh,
an
okay.
architect.
It's actually
According to
just the
tales,
computer.
it was a
Just
bountiful land,
Confusing it even further.
and the people there held the power
Okay,
to
so,
even the heavens.
Long story short is we're blaming the capture card for the way it looks.
Believe
Uh,
you.
but for some of it, yeah.
But then, one day, we were cast out.
So it definitely has an effect on the way that the game looks.
Perhaps
Another thing is that the SteamOS 3 and the session, it to my the way that I understand it is it's like, hey, this is a 1200 by 1280 by 800 screen. That's all you're getting. So when a program is running inside of that instance, the max resolution that it will do is 1280 by 800, and then the HDMI controller will just output to whatever the native resolution is
Yeah.
that it's connected to. And then it will then scale up that 1280 by 800 to whatever the output resolution is. So if he was connected to like a 4K monitor, it would take that image that's like 1/8 of the size of the screen, and it would blow it up insanely large.
Upscaling is not the strat.
I mean, it is if it's done correctly.
Nah, dude, downscaling is the strat.
No. No.
Yeah, dude. I render everything in 4K and then run it at 1080p, 144 hertz. This is the way.
That's extra.
I mean, it's looking extra crisp thanks to that FSR. Oh my god.
Yeah. I mean,
And then
that FSR though.
the fucking up from cheap input that can't figure out what the hell's going on.
What if I turn the FSR sharpness down? Okay, what if I turn off FSR? Just get that spicy bilinear.
And a
It's not. It's very much not good in this mode.
Yeah. Okay. It looks like there are some slight emulation bugs
Real hard.
that
drive.
that exacerbate some of the graphical issues. Like the way these clouds are being rendered is horrendous.
See, this is displaying at 1280 by 800 for sure. Also, they've added more unlocks to Vampire Survivors.
I know I haven't touched it because I was waiting.
I didn't buy the Glass Fizzard. Unlocks Merchant. Interesting. Ask Helena, Jail of the Crystal. Glow, that's new.
Go bet now.
You're out?
Yep.
Alright, later.
Night night.
This game seems like it's running mostly fine on my not a Steam Deck.
Oh, this is difficult just from the flashing and stuttering from the cheap capture.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to look at, honestly.
It's rough. Ugh.
Oh, you take fall damage? Weird.
Steam Deck isn't connected to a slow charger, but it's probably thinking that because it's going through the adapter.
Oh well, Yuzu just crashed. When I was trying to close it. Convenient.